give a shout out to Linda Lane from Olympia High School in Stanford, Illinois.
I'd like to tell a little story about my high school orchestra teacher. That's Mr. Robert Vogel, still the orchestra director at Mount Lebanon High School.
In reflecting on a teacher who made a difference in my life, I would have to say it would be my English teacher, my senior year of high school, Mr. Cowan.
I remember Ms. Schwartz, my 4th grade teacher at Hickory Point School in Northbrook, Illinois.
Big thank you to Mrs. Aldi of Roosevelt Elementary School in Hawthorne, New Jersey.
I'd like to thank Mr. Montgomery. He was my grade 10 math teacher at Beamsville District Secondary School, and he was also my basketball coach.
I would like to thank Mrs. Mearswa at Western High School in Parma, Michigan.
And during Teacher Appreciation Week, I am caused to remember my 5th grade year. I went to a small Catholic school.
From Mrs. Lane, I learned a lot about creative writing, about spelling, grammar, and so forth.
Elementary school, I had a teacher handwrite on a report card because it was the 80s.
Mr. Vogel gave me an opportunity in high school that has changed my life for the better.
Mr. Cowan was also the musical director, so I interacted with him that way outside of the classroom. And he was full of life, full of personality. He loved kids, he loved teaching, and he was just really passionate.
She made everything we did in class fun.
He used to say something in basketball practice that has stuck with me for the rest of my life.
He put me in his honors English class, something I would never have considered. I was not an honors student.
High school, I had just changed schools and was new to the Western School District.
And I had done something a little bit out of the ordinary as far as behavior goes.
And I never dreamed that I would be able to participate in something like that. And it was the best class of my life.
And the word that sticks out in my mind from what I learned during my time with her is the word ameliorate. So making something better.
She wrote, Virginia does very good work, but she has a tendency to work too quickly and make careless mistakes. And I always remember that because at the time I thought she was being mean.
So I went to Mr. Vogel and I said, hey, Mr. Vogel, I love orchestra music. I love classical music. I want to be a part of making this music. Now, what you need to know about this orchestra is it's an award-winning high school orchestra. The problem was I'd never played a string instrument in my life.
From reading the super boring textbook, which, thinking back, I don't know how you made that so much fun.
I didn't even know which strings were which notes.
He always used to say, practice like you're gonna play.
So Mr. Vogel looks at me and says, I'd like you to try to learn the bass.
In switching schools, my previous school was not at the same place lesson-wise as my new school, so I needed to catch up on a few things.
We all got to shoot our scrap paper into the trash can, which you turned into a basketball hoop.
And my teacher came up to me with a note and a dictionary, and she said, I expect better from you, Richard.
And that was it. There was no hesitation. He saw that he had a student in front of him who wanted to learn, and he gave me that opportunity.
One of these was English grammar. Mrs. Mearswa really went the extra mile and met with me after school to get me up to speed on all the rules of English grammar so that I would be at the same level as everyone else. So
And within the note, there was a simple phrase that said a person's character is their destiny. And I'm guessing she gave me the dictionary because she wasn't sure if I understood the definition of those words, which I did for destiny.
But as I got older, I realized that she was pointing out something that I needed to work on.
Once I looked it up and read it, I just kind of dismissed it at the time, whatever.
He wanted us to play really hard in practices because if you practice hard, you're gonna play hard when you're really gonna play. So
Mr. Cowan inspired all his students to believe they could do more than we thought we were even capable of.
So there I was, having no idea what I was doing, trying to learn to play the bass. I played on a few tunes, and other tunes I went back to the percussion section and did a little stuff I knew a bit about back there. But eventually I got all right at the bass.
Work on. And as I got older, I would, try to remember to double check and triple check my work, and which becomes more important as you get older and have bigger responsibilities.
So this Teacher Appreciation Week, I want to thank you, Ms. Schwartz, for teaching me that learning could be fun.
But the real upside from it is that the time I spent in that orchestra class was just about my favorite time in my entire high school career.
So it's amazing how often that has come up in my life, and I think back on that. Hey, am I doing this the best that I can do it?
So I just want to say thank you to Miss Aldi for pointing that out to me. And I no longer think you were being mean. And I realize now you were just trying to help me. And you did. So thank
But
you.
it stuck with me, and the saying stuck with me for many, many years. And whenever an opportunity arose, which tested my character, I recall back to that time.
So, Mr. Vogel, if you're out there, if you're watching this, thank you. Thank you from Justin Goff.
You were my personal inspiration when I became a high school teacher, and it's been many, many years that I remember you fondly and think of you regularly to this day.
I've kept in touch with him, and I think that's a really good sign of a really great teacher. Those you keep in touch with after you graduate.
That teachers don't just teach you ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. They truly do teach you life lessons, character building, and trying to propel you to be a better person for the future.
Everyone else. So thank you, Mrs. Mearswa.
Thank you, Mr. Montgomery, for that phrase. Practice like you're going to play.
And I'm eternally grateful for Mrs. Stoll and that lesson.
This day. So, thank you so much. Happy Teacher Appreciation Week.
Happy Teacher Appreciation Week.
Happy Teacher Appreciation Week.
Happy Teacher Appreciation Week.
Thanks to all the Mr. Cowans who daily impact the lives of our children.
And all teachers across the country, thanks so much for all you do.